Files Live. Welcome back. Of course, it's the afternoon session. Things are starting to get a little bit warm around here. So with that said, let's go with the video, shall we? Of course, we've got Alex on desk, Rothman's by scanning into 30D 15979 leaving. We have one the Alex on desk of our 400 MMCs starting up as well. Don't know which one it is. Oh, there we go, it's actually moving. There it goes. Still bearing that University of Gloucester brand. So with that said, what best to like transport hub on this fine afternoon night? Is still cloudy, but it's actually getting warm, with even though there's a breeze in the air of late. Let's go look. Yep, it was 10:55. That's departing, and also next to his Alexander Sparkling from C10 751 as well. There's a funny smell here. Yeah. So we've got Alexander Sparkling by scanning into 30D 15980, still bearing the wrap of course, and of University of Gloucester, and Alexander Sparkling by scanner Bodyman 18.240 to 754. And also Alexander Savar 327,702 as well. So no other buses around, all the buses are accounted for. Let's go to the railway station, shall we? Of course, we will now make our way to the railway station. What the hell is going on? I'm sorry about that, viewers. Don't know what the hell that was. Look, Alexander Sparkling by scanning into 30D in a gold livery. Still bearing is actually arriving. Hello to Alex Myers, who's there. I am of course Alex Butler, of course. So yeah, 15,857 I think I saw. So now we are crossing over. Hello to Pinar Mess and License Fix Sort Shop. I am of course in my home city of Gloucester, of course. I am of course now heading to the railway station to see what trains I can spot, as well as buses from far away. I just need to get across the roads in order to do this. No, not Exeter, Gloucester. Yes, yeah, there is plenty of good buses in Gloucester, as well as of course Exeter station as well. It looks like a train could be leaving in just a second, which is going to be really interesting. There's a class 800, looks like 800 005. And it's of course still loading at the moment, so we will have enough time to get round to the front before it leaves. Also 980 is also left. So we are heading to, of course, the front of the train station. And as you can see, on this, the train is, of course, running a minute late. So there's enough time for me to show you this screen display. So you'll be also seeing the service to London Paddington, which is departing from platform 2. Cheltenham Spa platform, I don't know if you see that. Car Central Street, you'll definitely see those. And now I've got to do a little run because that train will be close to about leaving. And funny enough, this first train is actually named after a National Health Service staff member. And yes, of course, yes, I do doing train spotting as well as bus spotting. So yeah, service to London Paddington. Is right here. The Cheltenham Spa one is, I think, platform 1. But there is something in platform 4 that is probably late leaving, but I just can't see the train. Because it's been obscured by the Great Western Railway Class 800 you see before me. Which, if anything, is probably a Transport for Wales train, to be fair. So yeah, this train leaves at 12:19. So there'll be I think that said, yeah, so the 12:27 to Cardiff Central is actually working today, which is good, but it's the third one out of platform 2, so this train needs to get on because the second one, oh no, that's the second one, the third one is the 122 Sydney. I thought there was another train that's supposed to be in here at 12:22. My bad. But this train will be leaving in just 2 minutes, and we will hopefully be able to see what train's actually behind 800 005. In fact, the train is actually leaving. Another one of those class 150s. So put your hands together for 150 262, which is covering for unavailable class 197. Because the thing is, there would be a class 197 working that train. Oh yeah, and if you can see just above those cars there's another class 800, which is the service to Cheltenham Spa in platform 1. Just about see it from there. Only just one more minute, people. One more minute, and then this train will be gone. We'll be starting to depart. Alexander Spa 327, 905 has just passed by on the road, heading towards Gloucester Clarence Street. Not Gloucester Clarence Street, Gloucester Station Road. doors will be locking in just a second. Yep, doors are locked. Doors are locked. And the train's ready to go. Here we go.
Station announcement, passengers will be taken on platform 1. Please remain behind the line as the train on platform 2 is going to depart. For your safety, please ensure you are behind the line at all times. Once again, please keep behind the line at all times for your safety.
I have to say, I definitely really love those Hitachi Great Western Railway Intercity Express trains. So yeah, the next train will be the cross-country service, which come in about a few minutes. But until then, let's get to that to the front clearing, so we can see a little bit more buses for a few minutes, and then at 23 minutes past off. Oh! Return, bless me. So if you see that screen display, our last train will be to see is the Worcester Foregate Street one. That'll be the last train of the day to actually see. So, well, in the clearing here, that gives buses. Snacks on desk 400 MMC down there waiting because there's a very mini traffic jam heading into the down there, but it's actually caused by 2795. And if you could just see down there, a bit of a busier transport there. There's a go-ahead pubs right Gemini 3 street deck waiting to get the green light to actually pass by. Pardon me. Farted. So yeah, 3608 is that. Just leaving. So now it's time to see that arriving cross-country service to Cardiff Central. Service from Nottingham. But first we have to get rid of this in order to get to the viewpoint. So the cross-country service is being now being advertised on the voice thing. It's one that's Queen, Shepstone, Newport and Cardiff Central. There's one that usually calls it Lydney on rotation, as you all know, probably already know. 3 coaches long, and is the service from Nottingham, which is quite a fair way. To be fair, a train like that needs more coaches from the open access Arriva owned, well, used to be Arriva owned operator. So I didn't know what kind of set that was. So everybody watching, keep watch, because the train is about to arrive. And as you see, the Cheltenham Spa train has just disappeared from view. I don't see. I see a train shape. Cross country class 170, obviously. But and of course this one's in the original livery. But there is another cross country class 170 in the new livery, which is 170, 112. Some of you may have seen it. I haven't seen it yet. It'll more or less show more or less the same look as 170, 101. There it is. Put your hands together for 170, 638, which is coming in at speed. That was a speedy entrance. Now it's time to go to the other side again, because that is where the train is going to depart from. So I need to put my feet in a little bit of a hurry, because that is the departure of that train is in T-1 minute. Of course, there was a choreography of 5x5 of the transport hub, but not really for long, because an Alexander about 400 MMC's departing. Now we are in a perfect spot to see 176, 138 depart. Train's really making a noise leaving. And look what's just arrived at that same time as that's left is the service to Worcester 4-gate Street. And it's got A and B coaches well shown, but I'm not sure if that's class 165 or 166 that's been chosen. But of course that leaves at 12:35, so it means that we would have had to go and see the train leave at 12:30, at around 12:32. But over here you British Transport police cars. The one over there is an electric Kia, and this one looks like a Peugeot. Anyways, enough of emergency services cars. Here, the main heroes of these outlook of livelihoods. We've got an Alexander Survivor 400 Boys Scania 250 UD. That is actually on the number 8 service, so that could be what the Central 34 has been covering, but there could be a thing that other interviews were unavailable, maybe because they are being painted more painted into new livery, but who knows? There's also an Alexander ALX 400 out there as well. And of course a little bit of a wind gust. There we go, the ALX 400 Trident is now leaving. And that is of course 18415. Alexander Survivor 410 758. By a car trying to turn towards, and there's also Alexander Survivor 320 2773, that one. Right, time to make our way to the front to watch the departure of whatever the Great Western Rail Class 166 is. So some Mercedes-Benz Sprinter ambulance has been called out. Here we go to the front to see got a C coach. I think we've got class 166 here for the Worcester 4-gate Street, or 3-coach class 165. (166) 214 is the train here, which I thought it would be a class 166, but I didn't know it was a train that I actually had been on, because I had been on 166 214 I think once or twice during its time doing Gloucester services, because they were, as I said, the class 166 and 165s were reallocated from the London areas to the Gloucester and Bristol and South areas. And that was back in the late 2010s, that was. course, we don't get me wrong, we still get the old Class 158s on Bristol Temple-Mead services, but they're a lot faster now, knowing that they do not stop at Stapleton Road and Lawrence Hill in the Bristol suburbs. Oh, Alexander Savar 300 by man 18.240, 22,744, which is the ones that's already in the new livery of Stagecoach. Here we go, 166, 214 is now leaving. Right, so that about wraps it up for the afternoon session. So remember, if you like this video, remember to like, subscribe and to hit that notifications bell so you don't miss any future uploads. And don't forget to keep watching my shorts on the recent bus news store, bus, rail and tram news stories, and also of course and don't forget to look at my holiday in Southampton and my holiday in Hampshire videos. So that includes the Beaulieu Motor Museum, the Southampton buses, the Lymington buses, and of course the Portsmouth buses as well. So and of course the Marwell Zoo. So with that said, thank you for watching my X-Files, and I will see you again next time, slugheads.